My name is Richard Shwachi Sarata. I was born in this home, this village of Lirembe, Kolomani division, constituency, Kakamega South District, Kakamega County. I'm not a foreigner in this community. I was originally born here. My father was born here. He died here. We buried him here. And me, I've always stayed here since I was born. I got interested in bullfighting because my father used to keep bulls. He had 2 bulls when I was young. The first one was called Shisundi. Second one, it was called Njenga. They were the Zebu types. They used to be very good fighters. Whenever he used to go to a bullfight with them, I would accompany him with members of the community. And I got interested in bullfighting that way. There's a big difference between today's bullfighting and the bullfighting of our late fathers. The original one was more organized than this of these days, because when we went to bullfight, people would go in an organized manner. They would stand far from the bulls, and you would watch. Everybody, even including small children, would watch. People, young boys like myself, would watch the bullfight in an organized manner. These days, everybody is interested in bulls, especially the teenagers, these young boys. Now they come, some are not organized, some come drunk, some may have taken drugs. When you go, at my age, you go to watch from close by, you are pushed away, even trampled upon. So we stand very far, we don't even see the bullfighting as those that we used to see of our late fathers. There's also another difference. During our late fathers' time, or when we were young, the bulls were Zebu type, they were smaller. These days we have giant bulls that you even find it difficult for you to go closer when they are fighting, because you fear they may trample you down and even kill you. So that is only the bigger boys, stronger boys, who go close by to watch, because those ones can resist the huge crowd moving, pulling here and pushing there. As the older people, we stand very far, and we only told what happened, because you can't see the bulls fighting. Everybody has come there. They are hidden in the crowd. I think that is a very big difference between ours of the late days and those of modern days. In earlier days, when we were young, our fathers, the old people of over 70, even 80, over 50 years, were the ones who owned bulls, because they were the owners of wealth. But these days, even young boys of 25 years have got wealth, and they have the money to buy or to purchase bulls. So they are bull keepers, and they own bulls. Like the time of my late father, I'm sure at the time I was young, he was over 50 and used to keep bulls for bullfighting. Generally just as a sport, not for commercial purposes. These days, there is some kind of commercial interest in the bullfighting. You find young people betting to get money out of the bullfight. During our earlier times, it was just free. There was no betting. So it was not commercial like today. Today it has been commercialized. Yeah, in modern days, I think bullfighting should be encouraged. Even young boys of 20 years should own bulls. They should go to watch bulls fighting. Even 5-year-old boys and girls should watch bullfighting, because it's now a sport where people go to enjoy, just like you enjoy football between Man U and Arsenal. So if our bull is going to fight against another bull from somewhere else, people should go there to see how they fight. But the only thing is, it should be organized, maybe in a stadium, where people go to watch, just like you watch football, from a far distance. Rather than people going to be very close to the bulls, and when one is chasing the other, you will find people are injured. So we should avoid injuries, because if we make modern stadiums or fields where people are kept away by, say, fencing, so that they just see the bulls in the middle of the arena, it's much better. In the old days, I've told you the bulls were zebu type, smaller, and they didn't need a lot of grass. People used to keep the bulls and they would not go far to graze. They just grazed within the shamba of the owner. Now, we have got big bulls that need hay, they need napier grass in large amounts. And this napier grass you have to purchase from elsewhere, because our shambas are now small since our population has increased. So the subdivision of land has made one to own even perhaps half an acre of land or an acre of land if it is big, or even a quarter an acre. So you can't even plant grass, enough grass to feed the animal. So you have to buy from elsewhere. Now, when you buy from elsewhere, it's very expensive. And as you know, the economy is very costly, the high cost of living. It is not easy to afford. So it is better we keep the bulls sort of on a zero grazing scale, and we get assistance maybe from the government or some voluntary bodies that can help us to feed the bulls. And also, the bullfighting should be commercialized. If I have a bull and it fights another bull, I should be able to gain financially from that bullfight or from that match, so that I use that money to buy grass for the animal feeds for the animal, also medication of the animal by veterinary doctors. I should be able to pay. But now, from my own money, and I have no money, the resources these days are scarce. People are poor. Or if I have money, it's just enough to feed my family, but not to feed bulls that are fighting for the purpose of the community. Because when I own a bull, it's mine when it is in my home. But when it goes to fight, it is owned by the community. Because the people who go to enjoy the bullfight matches are the community members. And the community members do not contribute any money towards my keeping of the bull, my bull keeping. So that's why it should be commercialized, so that when we go to have a match, I should be able to get money out of it to plow back into the bull keeping, meaning I should be using that money to maintain the bull in terms of feeds and in terms of medication. That's my request. During the traditional days, there was no, we had certain rules that went with the bull keeping. For example, if you had a bull now and you have a match, the day before or the night before, you go for bullfighting the following day. You kept away from your wife. In fact, you slept alone in a room somewhere, or even outside the house, because it was wrong to sleep with a woman. Then you go for bullfighting, your bull would be defeated. It was a taboo to have any relations with women. Two, when you are keeping bulls, you are supposed to keep away from alcohol. When you are drunk, your own bull can kill you, because you don't know how to control yourself when you are with a bull. And bulls are usually fierce, so it can hit you and kill you. Even some people used to lose their lives because they used to handle their bulls when they are drunk. Also, cattle, generally, even the dairy cattle, do not like the smell of alcohol. If you are milking, for example, and it feels the smell of alcohol, it can even pour the milk, kicks you around. Livestock do not like the smell of alcohol. If it's a bull and it feels that smell from your mouth or your nose, it will even want to kill you because it doesn't like that smell. So people who keep bulls generally are not drunkards. For example, me, I don't drink. So I keep my bull, I even handle it very closely. My work boy, who helps me to handle the bull, I advise him not, and I make sure he does not taste alcohol because he can easily lose his life, either through carelessness or the smell of alcohol will make the bull to kill him.